In last classes already we have completed 9th chapter, constructor and destructors. So today in this class we will see the examples of constructor, what is constructor, what is destructor, and we will solve some question papers and some questions which already came in the previous exam question papers from this chapter. So actually this 9th chapter, constructor and destructors, is of total 7 marks. So in examination you will get total 2 questions from this chapter. 1 marks question, 2 marks question 1, and 5 marks question 1. Total 2 questions, and 2 plus 5 total 7 marks. But this year you will get another 3 marks question. So total you will get 3 questions from this chapter for 10 marks. Okay, now let us see some important questions. So important questions from these chapters are: what is constructor? Give the rules for writing constructor function. So like this, and okay, we will see the answer in question papers. Then what is default constructor? Write a program for it. Explain parameterized constructor with syntax and example. Mention different methods by which constructor are invoked. So there are 3 methods: implicit, explicit, and using assignment operator. So you have to explain any one. Then explain the features of copy constructor. Explain destructor with syntax and example. So these are some important questions from this 9th chapter. Now let us see the questions which came in the previous exam papers. So this is March 2016 question paper. So actually there are 2 questions will come from 9th chapter in question paper. One 2 marks question and one 5 marks question. So here 2 marks question is okay. So for 2 marks, here the question asked is write any 2 rules for constructor. So it is easy. So first rule, the name of constructor should be same as class name, and constructors do not have return type, and other rules I am telling you, so you can write. It is very easy. So these are the 2 rules, and some other rules are: constructors should be declared in public section. We can overload the constructor functions, and constructor functions are called or invoked automatically when we create a object like this. So this is 2 marks question. Then March 17 question paper. So 2 marks question is, so here define constructor and destructor. So this is very easy. So constructor are a special member function of a class which are used to initialize data member of class objects. So there are many definitions, you can write anyone. So another definition is constructor is a special member function of a class having same name as the class name, and it is used for initializing, or it is called automatically when an object is created. Like there are many definitions, you can write anyone. Then what is destructor? So destructor is a special member function that automatically executes when object is destroyed, like this. Okay, next 5 marks question here. What is copy constructor? Explain the syntax and programming. So a copy constructor is a parameterized constructor which is used to copy the one object into another object, and syntax is class name. So this is function, this is class name, is this function is having same class name, and inside parenthesis also class name, only one object, one parameter is used, and this is the body of copy constructor. So I have already given you the example program also. Okay, next this is June 2018 question paper. So here 2 marks question is, mention any 2 features of parameterized constructor. So parameterized constructor can be overloaded, they can have default arguments, they are used to initialize the values of data members, like this. There are many features. So these are the 2 features. So here this is very easy and it will repeat many times. So what is constructor? Give the rules for writing constructor function. So constructor is a special member function which has same name as class, and it is used or designed for object initialization. And the rules are: a constructor must have the same name as class name. There is no return type of constructor. Constructor should be defined in public section, and constructor can have default arguments like this. Next, this is the question paper, March 2019. So here 2 marks question is: what is destructor? What is the symbol used for destructor? So destructor is a special member function that will be automatically executed when an object is destroyed, and this tilde symbol is used with destructor name. Next 5 marks question. Here, give the definition of a constructor and mention the rules for writing constructor functions. So once again this question is repeated. So you have to write the definition and you have to write the 4 rules. Then this is June 2019 question paper. So here, give any 2 rules for constructor. So many time rules of constructor is coming in the exam, so this is very important. So here you have to write any 2 rules. So here many rules are given. So constructor should have same name as class name. It is not having return type. It is declared in public section. It is called or invoked automatically. It can have default arguments like this. There are many rules you have to write. Okay, next 5 marks question. So what is constructor? Mention the different types of constructor. So you have to write the definition of constructor, and there are 3 types: default constructor, parameterized, and copy, and you have to explain any one. So it is very easy. So this is March 2020 question paper. So here, explain any 2 features of parameterized constructor. Again this question is repeated. So parameterized constructor can be overloaded, and parameterized constructor can have default argument, and parameterized constructor can be used for initializing values of data members of a class. Like this, there are many features. Then last 5 marks question. So what is constructor? Write the syntax and example of constructor, default constructor. So constructor definition is: constructor is a special member function. It is used to initialize the object of a class automatically. So this is the syntax: class name, function name. Class name is same, function name is also same. So this is default constructor without argument, empty parenthesis. So you have to give one example. So here I have already given you one programming example where I have included all the types of constructor. So here constructor, destructor examples are given. So actually constructor is a function like this, any name attached with parenthesis. So this is a function. So when it will become a constructor? So it will become constructor when this function name is same as class name. So here xyz is the class name, and here xyz is a function. So this function name is also same as class. So this function will become constructor, and this constructor is having empty parenthesis. Empty parenthesis means it is not accepting any parameter, or it is not using any argument. It is having 0 arguments. So it is called as default constructor. So first of all, what is constructor? Constructor is a special member function of a class which is having same name as class, and it is used for initializing the objects, and it is called automatically when objects are created. So constructor is having same name as class name, and there is no return type used with constructor. So only function name parenthesis. Like in normal function, function name parenthesis and return type is used void, but in constructor names only constructor name and parenthesis, no return type, and constructors are always declared in public section. So this is default constructor. Next, so here this is also a constructor, but this constructor is using one parameter. So this is called as parameterized constructor using one argument. So again, here we are creating another function having same name as class XYZ. So this is also a constructor. So this constructor is using two parameters. So this is also example of parameterized constructor. So then here another function we are creating having same name as class XYZ. So this is also a constructor, and here one parameter is there, %s. So ampersand means this is a copy constructor. So what is copy constructor? Copy constructor is a type of parameterized constructor. It is used to copy the one object into another object, and copy constructor can only use one parameter. So here you can see we are creating many constructors. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Total 4 constructors. So all constructor means these all functions are having same name as means these all functions are having same name, and this name is also same as class. So this is constructor overloading, and this is the example of a destructor. How to identify why it is a destructor? Because it is starting with tilde symbol. So this is a function which is starting with tilde symbol and having same name as class name. So it is called as destructor. So destructor is a special member function having same name as class name, starts with tilde symbol, and it is executed automatically when an object is destroyed. And this welcome, these are two functions having same name, welcome. This is not constructor because the function name is not same as class name. So this is having different name. Class name is XYZ, but this function name is welcome. So this is not a constructor. So to become a constructor, function should have the same name as class name. But here this function name is not same as class. So this is a normal function. But there are two functions, welcome, both having same name, but they are different parameters, having different parameters. So in first welcome, 0, no parameters, and in second 1 parameters. So this is called as function overloading. So in normal function return type is used, and in constructors return type is not used. So here, so this is also another example of a normal function. Now, so here what we are doing in main section, XYZ is the name of class. So from this class we are creating one object, obj. So when we create a object from a class name, it will compiler or computer will automatically call default constructor. And in here second line, XYZ class name, one object, another object we are creating, object 1. So another object we are creating with parenthesis and values. Here we are not using any function name, any constructor name, just we are using object and values in parenthesis. So this technique is called as implicit calling. In second line, here we are creating object 2 from XYZ class, and here in this line we are using XYZ constructor name with values in parenthesis. So when we use name of constructor with values when creating a object, then this technique is called explicit calling. And in here in this line we are creating object 3 and assigning 100 value. So this is called as initializing the object using assignment operator. Next, here object 4 is created and assigning value of object 3. So this technique is called as copy constructor, invoking copy constructor, like this. So this is about constructors. So here important thing is just you have to identify what is the difference between constructor and normal function. So this is normal function. Normal function means any word with parenthesis, opening, closing. So constructor is also a function, but this function name is same as class name, so it will become a constructor, like this. So here we will stop.